This is Jecka,
Jecka? That's like on your birth certificate?
Short for Jessica, Avi.
Cole's trusty partner in crime from class of '09. It's safe to say that these two are probably the best part about the games in general. I genuinely don't think the series would be as good without the two of them. Luckily for me, he's basically committed just as horrible things as Nicole, but also at the same time a few less because she's more morally right in the most part. So what I'm saying is that she's way less bad than Nicole, but she has her own unique brand of sociopathy that sets her apart. And yeah, this is a sequel to the last video, obviously. And basically the same rules are gonna apply. We're gonna look at her crimes in each game. And we're trying her as an adult just for like clarity's sake, because it gets really iffy if you try to like do it any other way. And all laws, also just for clarity, are by today's standards. Like if they were different back then, that doesn't matter. It's gonna be like in the current year 2025. Lastly, again, like I said with all these videos, I am not a law expert, so I will get things wrong. This is just for fun. And yeah, let me know in the comments below who you want to see next, like in general. Could there be another character from this game or just others in general? Stick around till the end for a potential teaser. Yeah, so moving on to the first game, there's honestly not much different that she does in this compared to Nicole. Like, Nicole had a lot more things that she has done in the first game than Jecka, but there's a lot of carryover, but mainly one new thing to add. But I'll just go over the things that carry over. First, underage smoking thing, slash like even just buying cigarettes while not being the right age. Yeah, this was clearly shown because that's one of Jecka's main things, is that she smokes cigarettes. It can be a $2,500 fine and up to 12 months in jail. It's also harassment, which, yeah, serious cases can lead you to like some jail time. Again with Nicole, this just happens throughout all of the games, period, mainly towards Jeffrey, but the main thing I'm looking at is when in the school shooter route, she directly bullies him in the little hallway scene. I'll show it on screen. I feel like this is the biggest case and the worst that's ever happened because of it, until we get to the second game, but that's different. And yeah, again, $2,500 fine and 10 years in prison. Also aiding and abetting, which there's two main examples I could think of. Aiding and abetting, just in case you don't know, is helping someone like commit a crime. So there's one with Nicole where she like takes her to the school after hours to like destroy the photo lab or whatever. And yeah, the reason I count this is because I'm pretty sure she was against it if I remember correctly, but she literally took Nicole, like she was the getaway driver, so to speak. Yeah, that adds an additional 15 years to the sentence. The last couple things, at least for this game, told you it was going to be way shorter than Nicole's, is mainly involving the white nationalist route stuff, because that is basically mainly Jecka's thing. Like, she kind of just joins it without a second thought. So while she doesn't actually do this, and I don't know if this is implying that she has done it, but I'm not gonna count it. She said she was gonna like splat the fucking synagogue or whatever with like the eggs. That could have been vandalism if she actually did do it, but I just wanted to mention that because I don't think she did. Just saying that she was going to, but whatever. However, she will get charged for hate crimes. I mean, she literally joins a white nationalist extremist group, and that's her first life sentence so far. Mainly because the hate crime was violent because of like what happened at the Puerto Rican bingo hall with the chlorine bomb. You can also add an additional 20 years for providing materials to support terrorism. And again, I mentioned this in the last video, you could argue that it's stated by Nicole that she didn't know, or they didn't know in general, what they were actually doing, but I think this is a lack of common sense at this point. Like, you know, like, why would they need so much chlorine? Like, for what reason? And also, how could I forget an additional life sentence for aspiring to commit a crime, which, yes, this also counts as, because this was premeditated, well, not by her, but definitely by Mr. White. So, lastly, there's actually one new thing in this game that hasn't happened. At least, if it does happen, and I probably just forgot it in the Nicole video, solicitation for murder. Yeah, this is gonna come back later, solicitation, but not for murder. And yeah, I was looking at it, and as far as I can tell, her ordering the people to like kill Jeffrey, that is solicitation of murder, apparently. It was really iffy, to be honest, so I'm not completely sure on this. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna add that because it's like the one new crime so far. Okay, now we're basically nearing the end of the video already because there's less and less options and routes each game, so they're gonna be more quick. But we're starting off actually with something that I completely forgot about in the Nicole video. I don't know how I could have, to be honest. I think what happened was I was thinking of the scene, but there's just so many more crimes for her that I thought, like, maybe it just, like, I don't know, maybe slipped my mind. But yeah, bribery, or bribing a police officer. And this is a pretty, like, good scene. This is probably one of my favorite scenes that's not, like, an actual ending or anything in Re-Up. So I don't know how I forgot, but anyways, it depends on, like, the jurisdiction, so it depends per state. What I found, because this game takes place in Virginia, it's up to 10 years in prison. There's also reckless endangerment. There's two things that this could be for, but the main one I'm gonna pin it on right now is basically when they take Nicole's mom's Valium and snort that shit. And the reason I say that for this is because, you know, she ends up actually, like, having a heart attack and dying. And the second thing could also be for the Kyle incident, I call it. Again, probably one of the more memorable things in the Re-Up that's not one of the actual endings itself. When Jecka basically says, like, for Kyle to kill his mom, and he ends up actually going through with it. Now, from what I've seen, this was kind of weird, but I saw that this was manslaughter, which I'll include manslaughter. And yeah, that's up to 15 years in prison. There's also drug possession in general, which also counts for Xanax and Valium. Yeah, 6 months and $1,000 fine. The lighter side of things, we also have when she stole the CD from the FYE at the mall. It's also drug possession with intent to distribute. And this is when she helps Nicole make crack. You know, technically, she's not the one distributing it, but I mean, I still think this counts in some way. And yeah, that's basically everything I could think of for the Re-Up. Now we move on to my least favorite part about making these fucking videos. Yeah, remember when I mentioned solicitation? This is the other example. Now, it's not just for murder. It can also be for crimes like this. Like, basically, you're enticing someone to commit a crime of some kind. Solicitation is up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. And also, there's the very obvious prostitution, which she does a lot in this game. I know this is technically, you can argue whether this is, like, actual prostitution or not. She's not having sex with anybody, but this is sexual acts in exchange for money, so I don't know what you would call this. Especially because this is physical. This isn't like, you know, an OnlyFans situation or anything like that. This is up to a year in jail. Also, drinking while driving. Just 30 days. I know the game says she only got a year probation, but that's kind of bullshit. And, you know, it's mainly for, like, the shock value of it, of, like, her only getting probation for literally killing someone. And also, yeah, vehicular manslaughter. Probably the last thing on this list is obstruction of justice, which is kind of, this is a weird one, but basically what I'm saying this is for is when she covers up the fact that, like, Nicole is the reason why Jeffrey overdosed and died in that one route in the Flipside. Now, I'm just saying this because this is clearly some sort of crime. Like, they lied about it, but I don't know exactly which one. Like, I don't even know how this situation happens. If they just left him there and ran away from, like, the scene, or if they stayed there until, like, Jeffrey's mom or someone got there. I don't remember if they ever even explain how it happened. So that's just basically what I'm gonna just assume. Yeah, that's basically gonna be it for this video. I didn't do the anime like I did with Nicole because there's nothing in particular that I can think of. Unless you really want to count loitering, but I'm not counting that because, dude, everyone loiters. Like, if you hang out with your friends in any location, you are gonna loiter. Like, me and my friends, we just stand around and shoot shit and not do anything all the time, you know what I mean? So, like, what is even the point? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Now we add up the grand total of crimes, and yeah, honestly, this is about what I expected. Now, she has less than Nicole for obvious reasons, but still pretty up there, just under her Nicole, actually, by, like, very so slightly. Jecka has a total of 292 years in prison, so she'll get out before Nicole by, like, literally a couple years. Let me know what character you want to see next in fiction. To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna do any more classical non-crime videos. Maybe the only other ones I possibly could do is all of, like, the male character crimes, or maybe like all of the teachers' crimes or something like that. Because I generally like, I'm not doing like Ari or Emily's or anything like that, mainly just because it's like most of it is just implied if they even do anything. And the only one I could really see anything like that for is Emily, because you know she's the more wild of our like of the two of them, like out of Ari and her. So yeah, just let me know what characters you want to see next for this series. And yeah, here's a teaser. But other than that, see ya.
You're kidding me.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Are you serious? Adachi-san.